only add bad chicks on Snap. I'm not interested in chatting to boys. I'm on a bad man thing.
So you took a break.
Yeah.
Now, what made you come back?
I was always gonna come back, man. It wasn't like a catalyst or something that made me decide to make a U-turn. It was always going to be a full circle thing, you know? So I just felt like it was a great time after, you know, I had taken that break. I felt like, yeah, this is like a good time for me to look at re-entering the space and the limelight and reconnecting with my fans. I needed a break, actually, so I'm glad I took the break, but we're back now.
Now, after taking the break, what did you discover about EL?
Wow, I discovered a lot, man. I learned a lot. Like, I'm a kind of person who is always looking for new things to engage in. I always say that I get bored very, very easily. So I'm always looking at, okay, what else can I apply myself to? I like to be a master of a lot of things. So I spent a lot of time studying, a lot of time investing my resource into other things. And I'm really glad I did, because I've come out on the other side as a much more dangerous person.
Dangerous person?
Yeah,
wow.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah. So that's the reason, man. I'm glad I did.
Your career has been up and up and up. Like
Yeah.
when you started,
Yeah.
obviously there have been bumps here and there. One would say your resume is crazy. One would say, what is there again for EL to prove?
Nah, I ain't got nothing to prove, man. Like, no, I don't even think that way. Only thing that I have to prove is like to myself. Like, I'm my number one competition. I always say I really have no competition in any aspect of my life, especially the music industry. So there's really nothing to prove there. The only thing that I need to prove to myself is that I am able to be the kind of man who I can be proud of, you know? So that's the only thing that I have to prove. I have nothing to prove to my parents, my family, nothing. It's about love and showing love and getting love in return.
Speaking with a couple of people, you know, who will be fans of you,
Yeah.
you usually say your short exit from the scene actually impacted the game.
Yeah.
With that, you were like the main competition.
Yeah.
For the artists.
Who are the others? Who are the others?
Like your compatriots.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And you know, going off scene actually made them a bit relaxed, because the argument was you were giving us at least 2 tapes in a year. Yeah. And it kept everybody busy. You being out, you know, you affected. Do you see? Have you heard something like that? Yeah, somebody told me there's a void that I left, and it really stuck with me. That was right before I started making moves to come back to Ghana, and they mentioned that there's a void, and I was like, wow, it must mean a lot to people. You know, for me personally, I'm just a guy in my corner. I make music, I release it. If there's a show, I go, I try and connect with my fans, but it's very hard for you to be on the outside looking in and see the actual impact that you have on some people's lives. I have had people who have come into my inbox just telling me stories about how this song that I made impacted them so much. And you don't really see that side of things. So you're right about that, man. There was a little space that I left, and I'm hoping to you know, cover up that space again and bring some real competition back into the industry. So we need that.
Yeah.
One of your songs that's my favorite. I have a lot of favorite, but Save Me is.
Oh, nah, you're a real fan, man.
A lot of times.
Since I got here, my man Senna mentioned like a track that I was like, yeah, you are an actual fan. Charlie, yeah, actually say you go way back with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were on a label, then you are now doing things on your own. Yeah. Yeah. What has the transition been like? Yeah. I'm still on a label, actually. I'm still signed to Dreamstar Entertainment, which is in the States. I'm also working with a management company, Skillion's Records. Yeah. I have my own label. We do our thing as well. Yeah. And I'm also working with Wahala Entertainment, who are also doing a little executive production for me as well. So the transition, it's been okay. It's not been smooth, but it's not been rough.
as well. I know a lot of artists who move from one label to the other. It happens in a lot of artists' careers. So it was rough in the initial stages because, just to let go of that whole organization around you, it gets rough. But I'm glad to say, man, it's a lesson well learned. And I'm glad to say I'm also blessed to be on this other side now.
Does EL think he has gotten the accolades that he deserves from Ghanaians?
Not entirely, but I don't deserve too many accolades because I haven't reached the pinnacles that I hope to reach at this point. When I get to that point, I know exactly what kind of accolades that I will get. I'm looking at taking this thing as far as I possibly can. Like I always say, to the wheels fall off. And so I'm not even looking for accolades at this time. I'm just looking for opportunities to express my music the way that I envision it and the way that I think the fans will appreciate the most. So I'm that guy who I'm very confident that I'm that guy who is going to do a lot for Ghanaian music, especially outside, because I've been there. I see the language that they speak. I know exactly what needs to be done. And I have an idea of the artists who also need to be helped to make that impact as well. So I'm not looking for accolades at all. I don't need accolades right now. I need partnerships. I need strength. So, yeah.
We've always known you to push the sound to Washington and you move.
Yeah.
Whether it's rap, whether it's now Afrobeat as they call it.
Yeah.
Now Chop Life falls within the sound that's taking over now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. When was the idea conceived? How did it come together? Did you record it here in Ghana?
Yeah, I recorded it in the States. I remember I was around winter time. I was cooped up in my room, and I was just making beats. One weekend, and the beat just came up, and I had to go down into the cold basement with my heater. I remember I had this big heater, so I carried the heater down to the basement and just started recording the music, man. And it's a really feel-good song, I try to be as animated and as colorful as possible with this type of music. I grew up in Dansoman, so we always like to talk about, we like to trash talk a lot, and that seeps into this type of music that I like to do. So anybody who hears it has a very instantaneous excitement, so I thought it'd be a good song to start this whole thing off with.
Yeah. Chop Life. I mean, when I heard it, I was like, okay, this is gonna.
That's the reaction I get. Yeah.
The perfect single.
The perfect single to start off this whole thing with. That's what I thought as well. I played it for artists, for family, for friends, and I always get like, Charlie. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so let's roll. Yeah.
Then the next question would be: now we have Chop Life as a single.
Yeah.
What's the expectation? We are just 4 months into the year.
Yeah. I just want people to enjoy it. I want people to stream the hell out of it. I want it to go as far as possible so that the follow-up would have a good foundation to be laid upon. But ultimately, I just want people to have fun with it, man. I make music for myself, first and foremost, but I also do half of it. The reason is to give to my fans and have them have a good time with it. So that when you are out with your friends or you're having a drink with some mates or whatever, you can put on a song like Chop Life and basically enjoy it even more. And that's the kind of reaction that gets me the most, man. I just want people to have fun with the music, have fun with it.
Now, being a producer, being a songwriter, being an artist, which one do you enjoy the most?
It's seasonal, Charlie. It be seasonal. Sometimes I just want to be a producer and I just call up artists. Charlie, come studio, and I like to connect artists and then make music for them and have them just take the music and go and do what you want. Sometimes too, I just like to be alone to just write my music. But I think central to who I am, it's very essential that I remain honing in my skills as a producer, because that's what gives me so much freedom to express the ideas that I have. I can wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and have a melody playing in my head. And if I wasn't a producer, there's no way that I could articulate that as effectively. I could record it, but being a producer has really, 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 really helped. So I'll say producer first, and then singer, songwriter, and rapper right down there.
When we won the BGMAs, there were a lot of talk.
Yeah.
You know, some people were displeased.
Yeah.
As all those things were going on, at the back of my mind, I was asking how is EL dealing with it?
Yeah.
You know, what were some of the challenges, pitfalls, the dark places it took you?
Yeah, man.
Bounce back?
It was an anticlimax for me. Basically, it was an anticlimax because I was expecting this whole victorious feeling, but I didn't really get it because there was just that whole controversy about he didn't deserve it and he was going to pay. And so I remember I told this story before, like I actually broke down at a point because it just wasn't giving. It wasn't giving that feeling that I thought it would give. I remember an occasion, something happened. After I won, I used to go to this barber shop in Osu. And right after I won, I went to the barber shop and I was expecting, hey, Charlie, you tried. Nah, bro. They refused to give me a haircut. They actually refused to give me a haircut. Wow. They said, yeah, line day, Charlie, this, that. And I felt like there's a section of people who thought I didn't deserve it, you know? So yeah, it was a little heartbreaking. It was a bittersweet time, but yeah, what happened.
Musicians go through, you know, phases.
Yeah.
You know, today you are up, tomorrow you are down.
Yeah.
And I wonder, you've been, you know, within those sessions. I wonder how you keep it all together. How do you guys, you know, maintain your sanity?
Yeah, it's a challenge sometimes, but Charlie, we pass through it, man. We go through it. I'm very tough-skinned. The industry makes you that way. If you're a softie, you get trampled upon in this industry. So I'm very tough. I was raised to be very resilient. I was raised to be independent and to think for myself. So I really don't rely on anybody. I don't speak to anybody about my problems. I face them head on. I don't really have, until recently, people who I speak to about, Charlie, I have this issue. I've always been a person who has really been very self-sufficient and strong within myself. So I just think it's all by God's grace, man. I'm blessed to have that type of tough skin. It might not show in a lot of things that I do, but all the things that I go through, I've been through just by the grace of God, man.
So, that's small boy sprinters guy.
Yeah, back one you know. But I grew up in a 1-bedroom house in Nansoma, Charlie. We all slept in the same bedroom, used the same bathroom. So I'm not I like the Dabi title, but I've also had experiences in my life that were not the Dabi at all.
Collaborations has always been one of your greatest gifts. I know you struggle, you join.
Yeah.
And to some degree, Lamem guys, you've always been inspirational.
Yeah.
As an OG in the game, how important is it for you to, you know, lend your support and your back into up and coming artists?
I mean, to up and coming artists, yes. I always like to lend my platform to them. That's why I like to have the bar series, because I put on a lot of, you know, upcoming artists. I have a special place in my heart for upcoming artists because I've been there. I know how tight it can be, you know. Yeah, so for upcoming artists, I always have a special place in my heart for them. I'm always open to collaborate with established artists as well, but not as much as up-and-coming artists for some reason. When the opportunities present themselves, I'll always look at it and see what happens. But I've, in the past couple of weeks, like, had the opportunity to be in the studio with 1 or 2 artists who are also quite well known. So we'll see what happens with that.
Are we going to see a Skinner reunion concert or something?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. That would be a really, really interesting thing to do. But I really don't know. I work with JSO very closely. Yeah. I know J-Town is also, you know, a business tycoon in Dubai. I know Boje is in the UK right now doing his thing. So we're scattered all over the place, but it'll be a really nice idea to do a quick reunion thing. But we have to convince JSO to start rapping again, because he's now like totally like out. Like he says, nah, right now it's about business for him. So we'll see. We'll see.
Your projects usually come with a theme. You have the bar series. Up to 6.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a 7.
Hopefully.
And you have songs for girls as well.
Yeah.
Series you give us 3.
Yeah.
I want to know that this question dovetails into what the future plans are. Yes, you release Shop Live. I'm sure there's going to be an album or a project coming. Are you going to get the bar series?
For sure.
What are the schedules, if any?
Well, I can't tell you the schedules exactly. I can't tell you the exact schedule, but I can say that there's definitely a bar project which is in the works. I don't want it to be the same as all the bar projects. Like you said, it always has something different as a theme. And so we're putting together a few songs that I think are going to be like very impactful in the industry, hopefully. As for the albums, I've dropped 3 albums so far and looking to drop another album this year. But the thing is, I just want it to be done the way I want it. In the past, it's been a lot of having to compromise on a lot of things, like 90% of the things. But this time around, my thing is it has to be done the way that I envision it to be done. So I'm really excited about dropping some new material.
At what point did you realize that I'm him?
Oh, when I woke up. Every morning I wake up, man. I've been fortunate to have some people around me who have really influenced my style and who have taught me a lot about how to make music that impacts the soul. There's a lot of learning that has to be done for you to get to the point that I am mentally when I'm making music. And I know that I'm him, but I'm a result of a lot of hims around me. It's a blessing to be around some people and to have listened to some projects and just taken little bits and pieces and just made EL out of that. So yeah, I'm very much aware that I am him, but I also give respect to a lot of people who have been around me. Yeah.
What is on your bucket list now? 5 things that were
wow. With regards to my music, okay, 5 things on my bucket list. I want to donate to a charity that has to do with sickle cell patients. They hold a very special place in my heart. So I'm looking for the best way to do that and to make a meaningful thing out of it and a very long-term impact from that. I'm looking to have the new music that I'm releasing reach a worldwide audience, a mass audience that has not previously been tapped by me. So I'm looking for opportunities and partnerships to make that happen because I'm confident that the music that we are about to experience is going to be transcending, On number 3, I'm looking to get married, actually, probably by the end of this year, if not engaged. But it has an impact on my music a lot because I believe that those types of decisions really change your life. So that is number 3. For number 4, I am looking to sign some artists as well. There's too much talent that is going to waste in this environment that we're in. So I'm looking to use my platform to help to bring out, to unearth, and to develop a few artists as well. And number 5, I'm just looking to live my life to the max, man, to the fullest, and be the best version of myself every single day. So that's my number 5 bucket list.
Last question. Your song was featured in the movie.
Yeah.
Superhero, which a lot of people didn't know till the news started filtering. Yeah. Now you talk to people, they will tell you that getting your music sync, money from sync, music sync is huge and makes people relax.
Yeah.
Can you confirm that?
No comment. But I can say that that was like a mind-blowing thing for me when I actually didn't know, man. That account, I logged account for somewhere. I was like, oh, nothing, we could just forget. So somebody in London actually called me and said, do you know that your song has been synced at all? Like, I was like, yeah, we tried to make something happen in the past, but nothing really came out of it. So I don't know why we didn't even hear that was, but we went to find out, come to find out that, yeah, Block Go Day somewhere. So we didn't really relax. We actually went out to, you know, do a lot more things. And it's like I said, it's a blessing, man. Superhero, I hear, is the highest streamed hip hop song in Africa right now. I don't know how true that is, but it's definitely up there without any radio play. You know, So Charlie, big ups to God, I guess.